Okay, there's the twins. This one is a twin. It's got the two cylinders. It's got a 1.5 horsepower Franklin electric. It's wired for 220, 240, 20 amp. I have a cheater on it to plug into 30 amp in the garage on the outlet right there. So this is main garage compressor. It's Macleod's high capacity model 100-2. Here's the specs. 100-2, 1.5 horsepower, 230 volt, 9 amps, maximum working pressure 100. So these are quite old. This one's a 76. Max working pressure 150. The tank itself was made by West Steel Roscoe in Winnipeg. This one's definitely in better shape. I got this from a guy in Calgary. This one works really good because it's got the two heads, so it pumps up quite fast. This one is the one that it was abused when we got it, but it gets abused since we've had it. It gets chucked in the back of the truck or sat outside or whatever. And it's a West Steel tank as well. It's built in 74. Pretty much the same specs. Max working pressure 150. The thickness of the shell on the heads is pretty close. This one has got a 1 horsepower GE wired for 230, but it's only got a single head. So I was working on the hay shed yesterday and I had some trouble with this one. It was cycling on all the time, running non-stop. Finally, if you weren't using the air nailer, it would finally cycle and shut off after about like 50 minutes of running. This is a model 49-1 Macleod's high capacity. So right now I'm doing an air test on it, and it's held steady for about 20 minutes or so. So I replaced the pilot tube here coming off the head. I couldn't get my tube bender to work nice and put the coil back in it. It used to have a coil like that. It's made to expand and contract and take out some of the vibration. I tried about 5 times to bend it, and this copper is just so soft I kept kinking it. So I'm going to try that for now, and if that doesn't work, I'll go to a steel line that I know I can bend, either stainless steel instrument tubing or a steel line similar to a brake line. So I had this all apart, took the manifold off here, it was right down to the tank, had the pressure switch off, had the pop-off valve off, the pilot tube off, had the pressure gauge off. I just finished putting it back together, and now I'm just air testing it. So it's got the same plug, 15 amp, 240. And I just used the cheater cord off of that one. Both similar setup coming out of the tank, kind of a garden hose valve. I'm pretty sure it's original. This one's got the regulator on it, so you can regulate the pressure. I typically do not. Just a full 120, 110, whatever I have the cutouts set for. On the pressure switches, this one, the cap was gone when I purchased it, so I've just used a box of screws. It's just a plastic box that held some screws, and I just cut it to fit, just to keep the water out and any accidental contact.